Hello and welcome. Let's talk about the buy low, sell high, two altcoins together. And I'm going to use the combination of waves and the gross coin GRS. Ticker symbols waves and GRS. And looking at this, if we were to start from the beginning, well, this is like really high, even 158 up in here at the highs. How would you be doing if you have a market that would go straight down pretty much? But we have amazing up and down choppy moves. 13 going up to like 100. I mean, wow. 8 going up to 55. It's just wild, wild movements. And in today's session, well, price action is down on this case 18 and change percent at 4 and a quarter. Now, I put this into a spreadsheet. I traded this. I mean, let's just go back and show some of the intraday moves of the past. This one here, this is a legit move. I looked more into this situation. This was real. And if you were there around 8 o'clock at this time, you had a good hour or so to get even up near the upper end of the 7.5 number. This day here, down 55%. Oh, okay, lose. That's double on the other side. This day here, down 31, next day up 26. Now 2017 is where a lot of the damage came in, but even still, end of 2018, ratio goes from 3.6 to 15. This little spike move here in 2018 goes from 3.4 up to 5. It's not the greatest, but it's still all of these moves that are there. This down move is 50% down, half its value, or double on the other end. 55% better than double again on the other end. This move collectively from 40 down to like 3, losing more than like 13x. This day 44% down. This day 59% down. So when you're having those opportunities for big moves to come available, the opportunity to make large gains is most certainly available. I got a couple dozen trades left to go in this game that I played. Now I named it wrong because after doing the exercise, I'm going to it and I'm thinking, hey, the price doesn't match because what I have is Mona when it's really waves. And it's day number 100. There's about 120 something, 128, I think. And I got the code to play this game within the small basic. Each day is where, because what I did is I just put a number in and I took minimum 25% move. Sometimes when it was around 25, I fished for a better price and did really well at it. Okay, so with that being said, we got GRS. So I have 800 of Mona. I have 67,000 of GRS in this game. My last few trades have been sell at 761, sell at 954, sell at 1278, back down to 993. So I'm going to sell some GRS, not a big amount, but it is actually pretty big, 15,000 still nonetheless, giving me 1,500. And then GRS gains again, so let's sell another 15,000. Now Mona gains, so let me just buy that GRS back. I'm going to buy like 18,000 back, and then it'll cost me 1831 of the 43. And then GRS up 28% gain, so let's go ahead and sell 20,000 of them. Okay, Mona's up 30, so of the 20,000, let's buy back 22,500. So now Mona's up 27.8%. So let's go ahead and distribute 975 Mona off the board and pick up 12,000. Now GRS does better than double. So of the 70,000, let's unload 44,500. GRS 39% move. So how about 8,900 more? Now Mona gains 30. Well, I sold 8,900 GRS last, so let's buy back say 11,500. And now GRS gains 68%. Let's distribute 12,000. Now Mona gains 34,000. So let's get the 12,000 back. It's going to be costly. It's going to cost 27, not really, of the 13,000. Now Mona gains 36%. So let's go ahead and sell 3,500 of them. And now GRS gains 34. So we sold 3,500 Mona last time. Let's buy back 4,100, gain 600, costing only 17,000 or 18,000 of near 50. And then GRS gains 30.84%. I have stats at the end of the game to show you how well you do. Hasn't been verified since my last correction, but it should be correct. So GRS at 31,000 I own. Gain 30%. Let's go to 13,500. Okay, 36% move for Mona. Well, I had 13.5 last time, so let's go 16,500 back. Gain 3,000. And now 37% gain, so let's go 15,000 sell. That's an aggressive play, but we got it back. So let's buy back 18,000. Now we'll do another 15,000 for selling of GRS. And then buy back. Let's buy back 20,000. Then Mona goes up 56. That's a fine move, owning 12,000. We can go close to half. 52.50. And then it goes up 35, so let's go close to half again, 3 grand. And then it goes up again 50%. Let's go more than half, 3 in a row. 3 sellers in a row, that is. Actually, 4 in a row. Okay, so 2,500 last time, and let's buy 3,000 Mona. It's not going to cost much, only 35,000 of 148. Now GRS gains 30%. Let's get rid of the other 35,000. We'll get 3,800. Now Mona gains 35%, so let's sell 3,500. And now GRS gains 160. That's like sweet. So let's gain 100 and other 120. Let's go 75,000. So of the 75,000 we sold, I only want to get a portion back at a 30% move. So let's go 45,000. That would cost 7,000. Very affordable. And there's the statistics. So I'd have Mona coins 13,483, gaining 13,383 profit. GRS I added with 90,305, which is a gain of 82,170. My net gain on Mona, which is actually waves, 158 times. The net gain on GRS is 92 times. So basically, it was a gain of about 100 in the middle, a gain of about 130, 125x move. And you didn't see the early plays, but it's just doing a lot of the same stuff. Now, how this is calculated is I basically see how many coins are all worth, and then I basically say if I buy it up on market price, how much would I gain total? And then I divide it by 2 because you start off with a double portfolio. Because if you're looking to gain, say, on this one here, the calculation, we can see the formulas yourself if you understand the math on it. It's in the coding. The 6-digit code for this is MZS 453. You need small basic. When you import it, this will be the code that you get. There's 128 periods. And I don't think it counts the last one. Either way, it gives me good stuff. You could change Mona to waves, but I'm like, it doesn't really matter too much. And you start off with 100 of the waves, and you start off with 8,135 of the GRS. And another reason for doing this is because I'm looking at a straight down market. This strategy isn't designed to guarantee you profit if a market goes straight up or straight down. Because what could happen in ratio trading when you start off at these higher numbers I started off at 81.35 ratio. So something that has went down basically around 20 times, almost. That's a serious decline. And when that's the case, what could happen is you notice that the amount of GRS you would own would be less than what you start with. And you have a whole bunch of the coin losing value, which would be the waves in this case. And then the value of the waves versus the value of your GRS could actually work out to negative value in that. But when you get the moves, as I've been showing in here, and you can have down markets, bad situations, and still be profiting. For if you're getting those type of sick gains, if you're getting like 15x gains and the market goes down 5 times, 6, 7 times, you're profiting in a down market. And then the moves in which you have this low, this high, back to this low, back to this high, back to this low. It's just magnificent what can be accomplished in playing this game. And we can see in here just all the availabilities. And I mean, the 14 down to like 4. We have the lower end range here of 336. We had a range starting here from 6.5 up to 10. And of course, we can see it was over 100. And let's just for fun, I was just thinking like PP. Like, let's just take a look at something like PeerCoin. I have no idea what this is going to look like, if or even which one's more expensive than the other. Well, PeerCoin is more expensive than GRS. I've never ever seen any of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close my eyes and scroll this. I hope I'm doing this right. Okay, that looks good. So I didn't see what happened on this. So if you start here, I mean, this is just sick, this volatility, but I want the markets to just go a few periods in here. This is, I mean, if you could have traded this, this is 2014. Wow. Let's go to 2017. Let's go back February, back when I started. Let's go to February 20th, 2017. That's when I want to start. I get into this. I mean, if I would have known about this ratio trading, I probably would have done it back then. I did well in 2017 as it was, as a lot of crypto traders hopefully did, especially given that they were hopefully able to correct themselves or get their profits back when the highs happened. Of course, that's the start of 2018. Okay, so this is February. This is close enough at 72. So let's just put some fun into this and let the math decide where we have our next play. And what we'll do is we'll look for 40% moves. A 40% up would be 101.22. This is this number multiply 1.4. And 40% on the down, I'm going to do 10 divided by 14. And then multiply that by 72.3. That comes out to 51.64. So I'm looking for something around 101 or 51 for its next move. And there we have it, 108.44. So what I'll do is I'll go 108.44 here, and we'll do that. 150 or 75. That's just easy math to remember. Noticeably more than 150 or 75. And that's noticeably more than 150 at 191. That's a sell, which would put this at 191.42. So now we're looking for about 270 or 135. Well, there's one. That's 114 and change. That'll count. So we'll put in 114.88. And now you have an alert that just popped up, so I'm going to have to take a look at that. It's bonus material, I guess. I mean, I'm just showing you the idea of what to do. And this is good for exercises for yourself, just ideas of how you can do this. GRS DGB crossing 33.87. Is GRS going back up again? I mean, so you get the idea. But if we look at this again, you can see, just amazing in here. So let's just take a look at this in here. I might be making a trade. I've already made 2 trades on this today. I've already had my buyback. I'm just going to push this scroll button. Watch this just motor through. Actually didn't motor through. A nice rally. Sweet, 33.07. Okay. I literally pretty much got the bottom and the top, so that's pretty darn cool. Let's just see what number I did get. So we're at 33 now. I got 30.28. I kind of want 34 or better. I mean, I know it got there. So probably what I need to do, I mean, I'm going to be, just put a sell order in for GRS. I'm going to pause the tape. And I put my sell order in. I'm doing it on Bittrex because that's where DGB is on that side. 36.95. So now I'll be alerted if my sell order comes and hits. And then from that point on, it will be sold for a DGB. Or I'll buy DGB with what I sell it for thereafter. So I got this top, but I had to creatively get the top. The high here was like 38.46. My sell order came in technically at, well, it was 35.03 on the ratio. This is the wrong chart. So if we now put this back to the DGB, I'm just going to make sure I get the right exchange. So I got 35 low change. The high in here was 35.61. So now it's 33, reaching the high again. And this is what I was hoping for, the GRS would be hopefully able to extend within its rally. I was able to get the high and the low on Litecoin, and it was luck, at least for the high. Well, the low, I guess, because as far as where I stand within this one, where I bought, where I sold, it was pretty much right on the low and pretty much right at the high. 247.75 and 293 in the third. So I got a buy roughly around here. Is where I. But that was luck because of when I woke up. You can see, oh, it reached there at like 7:45 in the morning, which was like 10, 15 minutes after I got up. I mean, if I would have woke up earlier, I would have sold it at this 278 in a heartbeat. So it was luck that I got that. And 293 in the third, we can see again, roughly in at this top. But I passed on it here at 285. I'm like, man, give me another leg higher. Oh, I got my leg higher. I'll take it. 293, I took it. Of course, now I can see here that this is starting to come back up, which means GRS is probably losing a little bit. Let me just take a look and see to clarify. I also want to take a look at Litecoin individually because it was looking like there's Litecoin there. But GRS, yeah, there's that little bit of that slip up on the 15. Hopefully, again, this for supports and comes back higher. Either way, I mean, volatile moves. Whether this goes up and breaks 4,000 or if it's a failed breakout, either way, I'm just going to do my trades as they should be. Now, was Litecoin showing any? It was showing signs earlier on that keywords earlier on that it was looking to possibly break out because on the 15-minute time frame, we had this move at 12 o'clock. The failed breakdown, getting above this level of resistance. So I was like, here, the afternoon, okay, this is looking good. However, the move in here is starting to falter. On the single hour term time frame, holding and staying above this 943, if it's able to do that, well, then that might, from this point on, if I get further momentum, come back to where you came from, leave the 18 when it's ready to do so, and get by these resistance fields. Potentially have a good game. But when you look at the daily chart, all it's doing is just consolidating, holding in there within the 18 highs. So when it's ready to go, it's ready to go. That's pretty much the only way that I can look at that as. I'm not in charge of trying to guess when it happens or what's going to happen next. Whether we're going to have a significant move to 11.48, whether it's going to come down here. Again, a lot of it's going to be dividing this by other coins to get ratio numbers. So within this, I can just say take Litecoin and Komodo. Well, this looks relatively like bullish, like it's ready to break out. But it's in this sideways pattern with support at 65. We're resisting this area right now at 82, and it's been up to 100. But there has been a lot of these wild moves. Just the up and down, choppy action. You see, there's so many of them. So take advantage of them. Why not? You get profit. So you get 89 down to 69. And if you hold Komodo I guess even on the exchanges you get free Komodo now as well, in Binance at least. But if you hold Komodo on the wallet that they have, this one here, the Agama, however, Agama. But if you're holding it on here, you get your own private keys, which is word phrases, and put your password in, and you're ready to go. And it will give you free coins, a few percent, nothing major, but better than nothing. And really, it is just barely a little bit more because it might work out to again a few percent a year. But I'm looking to get a few percent every few days, as far as free Komodo is concerned, or whatever coins that I am ratio trading with. Of course, I'm looking to either gain both coins, and sometimes in a ratio pairing, I'm going to be favoritism to one coin, meaning I'm going to try to gain as much of it as I can. I'm trying to gain 10 times more Bitcoin Cash than I own right now. And I have to be, and that's what I'm going to do with my Bitcoin Cash crossings is try to gain more coins of that than the opposite, which is like the Litecoin, the Theta I'm trading against, as well as DGB. And just to look at, say, one of those, let's say, well, there's Bitcoin Cash and Theta. Not too much to this, but we got a bit of data. I could get a bit more, so I'm not going to, but amongst it, almost 4,000 down to 700, up to 4,000 down to 3,000, but lower than 3,000. So the volatility is there. Theta has a big run. This goes down to like 12, 1100. The amount of Theta, I'm going to have a good, fun time selling Theta and gaining Bitcoin Cash if this has a significant down move. And we've seen with these ratios in the past that they've had those moves and they have those up and down choppy action moves. And what's it going to stop from? Why is it going to stop having it? Even in here, it's having these V-shaped type moves where it's able to pick away at a few lows and highs. You got this low, up to this high, down to this low, up here, down here. Just a lot of little bits. So how about this move in here? This is like 2730. This is 2930. That's 200%. That's about, or 200 points, about 7%. That's not much. But if that's what you're looking for, you can still get it. But even if you're looking for a little bit more, maybe it works out to the fact you are selling, say, here. And you don't buy back until here or here. Well, this would occur on, say, June the 1st, and maybe it's like June 5th or 6th or 8th before you get your buyback. Oh, you wait a week. Big deal. But ultimate moves are going to take place. What's going to happen on, like for example, like days like when stuff like this happens? You have it at like 1562. It's just a matter of time before you get what you get. Maybe first you're like, oh, 2000, that's good. I like it. And then as the days and hours move on, oh, 24, 25, you take some more. And we can see as the price was up there, it goes up to 3,000. Is it going to come back to it? It usually does. And of course, time will tell because a lot of this is I'm going to buy this 2,000 back at like 1,300. And that was back in April you were saying that. And it might not be till November when it happens, but that's the beauty of these markets. A lot of times they're just going to chop back and forth because these coins are just a matter of division. The amount of people that actually really care about this crossing, Bitcoin Cash and Theta together, doesn't matter which one you divide one by the other. You get the polar opposite dividing Theta by BCH, but the amount of people that actually trade this is like hardly anybody. I might be unlikely the only one. And I know my channel, I don't get many views, and I know a few people are doing this as well, which is why I want to shed some light within this particular video. I've given you an example of what says Mona in GRS, but is actually waves in GRS. You can see if you beat my score that I had that I shown, and yeah. So if there's any crossings you want to see, I'm able to show this because I got the Pro Plus feature. So if there's any this and that together, let me know in the comments. I'll take a look and I'll post it on the channel. Thank you for tuning in and have yourself a great day. Bye bye.